Welcome to the channel. So about 12 years ago when I first moved to this property, I had a bunch of stumps out in the yard about like this one here that I needed to get rid of, and I didn't have any equipment really. I didn't have a tractor yet, and a stump grinder was a bit more expensive than I wanted to spend, and it really wasn't practical to rent equipment because I wanted something more permanent, because I thought that I was going to have to deal with stumps on a permanent basis. So I had plenty of stumps to experiment with, and so I used different methods to get rid of each one. And I found a method that works really well for me, so I thought I'd make a video of it today because I need to get rid of this stump here. So let me show you what I have in mind. You know, I've seen some YouTube videos that claim the best way to get rid of a stump is to pour chemicals into it and let it rot, but you know, that's going to take an awful lot of time, and I want to get rid of this stump rather soon because it's in my way for mowing the grass, and I just want to get rid of it. So a stump this size is going to take quite a lot of effort to pull out because the roots are going to be thick and probably deep, and I have to dig it out and then sever the roots in order to pull it out. So it's a little more effort than what I want to spend on this. So I'm going to burn it, and I found that burning stumps is really pretty easy. It does take a bit of time, but not nearly as long as waiting for the stump to rot. And you don't want to just build a fire on top of it. You want to use something to contain the fire. I'll show you that next, but first I'm going to go ahead and drill some holes. I have a 1/2-inch drill bit here. Now, one advantage of burning the stump is the fact that everything you see here is going to be completely gone when I'm done, and I'll just be left with an indention, which will be easy to fill in and just plant grass on top of it. Now, it's not going to burn very well as it is, because even though the tree has been dead for quite a while, this stump is going to be fairly wet. It's going to be drawing in moisture from the ground all the time, and that's why I'm going to be drilling holes. I'll take you through that. Okay, so I have holes drilled throughout, and next I'm going to be pouring this vegetable oil. This is just the cheapest vegetable oil they had at the grocery store. I got just less than 1/2 gallon left. I'm going to pour it through all these holes, and that'll help to facilitate the burning of this stump here. And I'm going to leave this dust. You could get rid of it, I guess, but I think this will help to facilitate the fire because this is going to be easier to burn than the hard wood of the stump itself. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this into all the holes and all along this area here. And that's going to really help with getting this thing burning. Okay, so it's been about 1.5 hours, and as you can see, the vegetable oil has not completely soaked down into the stump. I can still see quite a bit at the top here. So every wood species is different, and of course at different times of year the wood may be wetter or drier. This is a pretty dense species of wood. This was a Japanese cherry tree, and it's taking a while for that vegetable oil to soak in. And I've also found a bit of canola oil, which will serve the same purpose as the vegetable oil, and I'm going to go ahead and pour the rest in onto the stump. And we'll actually let this soak overnight because it's taking its time soaking in, and it's getting pretty late. So I'll go ahead and let that soak in, and we'll go ahead and build a fire tomorrow. Okay, so it's the next day, and the stump has had plenty of time to absorb all that oil. And I'm looking down in these holes here, and I don't see any more standing oil, which means all the oil has been absorbed down into the stump. You can see the wood chips are a lot darker as well. Now, I found that using a burn barrel like this is a really critical step in all this, because first of all, it helps in improving the safety, because it's going to help to contain the fire a lot better. It also helps to facilitate a much hotter flame, which again is going to help to burn off that wet wood a lot better. Now, this is a standard 55-gallon steel drum. They're pretty common in the US. This one was used in the restaurant industry for transporting oil and things like that. And I've cut the bottom out of it just using a reciprocating saw. And then I drilled holes. These are about 3/4 inch holes. I drilled holes all the way around, about 8 inches apart or so. Now that was a really critical step. Those holes help to facilitate more airflow getting into the bottom. Placing cinder blocks or similar bricks around the burn barrel is going to help to contain it better and make sure that this grass doesn't accidentally catch on fire from ambers that roll outside of the barrel. So hopefully I've left enough room around the edges to get the burn barrel back on. We'll see. And I'm going to go ahead and help to get this fire started with this fire starter here. And that's going to save me a lot of time. This is going to burn off and get these logs started rather quickly. Hopefully you can hear the sizzling and crackling. That is the vegetable oil, and it smells a little bit like cooking French fries. You know, I should have mentioned before that it's a good idea to have a fire extinguisher on hand, just in case. Well, you can see here that the cinder blocks are doing their job because I have burned grass here on the inside of the cinder blocks, but none out here on the outside. All right, well, it's getting rather late, and just like a campfire, I don't want to have this fire going overnight unattended, so I'm going to use the sprayer and go ahead and put out the fire. Okay, so it's the next day. Let's take a look and see what the stump looks like. All right, well, it seems like it burned down really well over here. It's just about gone over here. But over on this side, still got a lot of stump left. So anyway, we're making progress. I'll go ahead and make another fire, and we'll go from there. So you can kind of get an idea of why I like to use the burn barrel. I have a pretty nice sized fire going inside now, but almost no smoke coming out the top. That's because the fire is burning very efficiently. I have all the heat concentrated inside the barrel. I have good airflow going into the bottom and coming out the top. And that's really the benefit of having this full-size barrel. I can get a nice big fire and get the heat really concentrated. That's a big advantage over having just a short barrel or no barrel at all. All right, I think we got it this time. Let me remove the barrel and we'll take a closer look. Okay, as you can see, the stump is basically gone now. I just have a nice little divot where it was, and you can see there's a bit of a hole over here, and I'm just left with this dirt and ash for the most part. Now I was seeing a little bit of smoldering. I don't know if you can see it, but right in here, even though it's been raining, I still see a little bit of smoke coming up. That's because there's still a little bit of the stump left in this area here. Now I could build another fire and burn that down, but I don't really need to because this is about, I would say about 5 inches or so, 4.5 inches below the ground level. So I don't really need to do anything else with this. I can just fill this area in with dirt and plant grass on top. I even have some biochar down here, which will help to add to the fertilization. So as far as burning goes, I'm done here. So that's all I have for this video. I hope this was useful or informative, and we'll see you next time.